I can't wait to talk about this one. Oh my God, I hope that. Cause you know I've been head deep into it. I'm all up into Deborah, Sherry, and Rachel's. I'm all up in their Kool-Aid. I'm up in it. Do you hear me? On the phone with me is a literary extraordinary author, Valerie J. Lewis Coleman. She wrote this book with, is he your cousin or your friend, Christopher Doc Reed?
My cousin.
Your cousin. This is hilarious. This is, I just want to know, can I have the rights to the movie, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box? That's the name of the book, you guys.
We're going to bring you on board. We're going to write in a character.
No, I ain't even got to be in the movie. I just want to, I want the rights to, I want you to give me the rights to the movie so you and Doc can come out here to California, or we come to Dayton, or wherever we shoot this movie and make this movie. I'm just, because it is, they are so real. They are so rich. You have got them fleshed out so good. I love the title of the book, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box.
I love how you say that.
Because it just, when I pulled it out the envelope, girl, I was like, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box. And I said, I got to read this. And when he explains what the goodie box is, and you would think that professional women, well-educated, well-developed, bright, can go in a courtroom and rip a prosecution witness to shreds. I mean, you going to jail because I'm that good. You know, you would think that these women would have it all together. And did you hit the nail on the head with these women? Do you know these people? Yeah, I know you know these people. You just changed your friend. You changed your friend's name to protect the guilty, innocent.
Well, no. Actually, they are. Each one of them is a little piece of me. I can say that.
Okay.
A little piece of me is in each character. But no, they're actually fictional characters. But they are, some of them are modeled after me. Some of them have little nuggets of some of my friends, or just experiences that I've witnessed or actually, endured myself. But at the end of the day, because I'm an educated woman. I have an undergraduate degree in engineering. I have a master's in business, and I am still, when it comes to men, my mother said, you have absolutely no common sense. I have no sense when it comes to men. I'm just confused. I don't get it.
I know so many professional, beautiful, talented, wealthy women who don't know, they dumber than dishwater when it comes to men. Just dumber than dishwater. And when I talk to them, say, take J. Anthony Brown, from the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Yes.
And you write about them in the book, too. You got all my friends in the book.
Yeah, I love the Tom Joyner Morning Show. I mentioned them.
That's obvious. I can't wait to tell them that they're mentioned in the book. And he always said, he cracks me up. He always says, you women out there that don't know how to get a man and keep a man, you need to call Mother Love. Her and her husband been together for, honey, don't give me all of that, because Mother Love a great big old woman, and she got a good man. She got a fine man. So y'all sitting up here, you can't get, because y'all don't know nothing about men. No. And my husband and I just celebrated our 38th year together.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Either that or one of us is going to heaven and the other one going to be zapped in the microwave section of hell. We just don't know which way it's going to go yet. I say he going to go to heaven, I won't be zapped in hell. But I'm working on not being but half a heathen so I can get halfway. I can at least get to see St. Peter. And he gonna tell me you got some splaining to do, and I'll be like, I know I got some splaining to do. That's why I'm trying to clean myself up now. But women are you got, oh my God, and Deborah in this book, I just wanted to jump in the book and slap her myself, because I could just imagine what she smelled like after Vincent pulled his thing.
Oh my God.
I couldn't believe you don't give it up after a month, and she was just all excited and just, this the one, and he just feels so good, we just fit, and Vincent done bounced. Vincent got what he wanted, Vincent bounced.
That's right. That's what they do.
I got the same husband for 38 years because you just can't give him everything all at once.
That's right.
You can't give him everything.
You can't.
So now what made you guys sit down and write The Forbidden Secrets of the goodie box. And I like the tagline. What your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. And if your mama did know it, she wasn't going to tell you that she was that stuck on stupid.
Right. Well, the inspiration from the book was twofold. My cousin, Christopher Doc Reed, is also in a music group. And I've been working with the group. Christopher is the name of the music group. Been working with them for about 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. And out of that process, we spent a lot of time talking, and I got to know him better because he was a distant cousin. I didn't really know him that well. So I began to confide in him with some of the marital roles and some of the things that I was dealing with because he's great at relationships. He would say, well, when your husband does this, he means that. And when this happens, or if you go home and say this is what's going to happen. So he helped me get through some of the challenges in our marriage. So, and at that same time, I was at a point in my life, let's say midlife-ish, and I was like, there are things going on in my body, physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, there's just things going on at this age in my life that I didn't know was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that my goodie box was going to be hollering at me from the other room if you don't shut up making all that noise.
Screaming. What are you trying to do? Did you forget about me down here? What's up with you? Chick, hey, we got needs, boo.
So what I'm doing then is I'm like, okay, I need to write a book to help, because everything I do, I want to do to help people.
And
I don't
that's
just write
beautiful.
for the sake of entertainment. So I wanted to help people. My thing was, okay, I need to help women understand what's going on in this phase in their life, this season in their lives, And at the same time, Doc Reed wanted to write a book about relationships because he's been helping people for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. Well, he's a songwriter. He's not a book writer. Mm-hmm. So even though he had a lot of the ideas and the content and the concept and, of course, the man's perspective, he doesn't write books. Mm-hmm. So he said, we should write this book together. I think it'd be a great idea. I was like, yeah, if I want to write one, let's talk about it. So we just started every morning when I was walking. I don't know if you get to that point yet, but Deborah walks every morning. We would just talk about the book.
Oh, yeah. I'm all the way up to chapter 12 or somewhere. I'm up to chapter 13. I'm in chapter 12. I'm all ready to kill joy. Didn't I tell you I was up in the book? Look, I went, wait a minute, girl, when she went into Rachel's office and did the PowerPoint presentation on what she wanted, what she didn't want. First thing I said in there on the very next page, I said, well, that's why she's single. And on the next, that's why she's single.
Right. She had a
long list of what she wants and what she wants to do, and I understand that and I respect that, because if you don't come to the table whole and come to a relationship whole, it's just like when Doc broke down to a 1 times 1 is 1. Mm-hmm. So you got to come one whole to make one. And I really appreciated his male perspective on it without dropping a lot of testosterone on it. But he dropped the testosterone on it. He tell her plain and simple. You need to understand. And if you do this, this is going to happen. So he really helped you in your relationship as well.
Oh, yes, ma'am. He's really helped me a lot with my husband, even just understanding my husband and just even me, because, I'm even though I'm married, men are still going to approach you. And so men say crazy things, and I'm like, oh, what in the world? He's like, oh, yeah. And men will come at me, and because I'm so naive, I'm getting better, but oftentimes I don't realize that they're even trying to
flirt with you.
Pursuit of the goodie box.
Oh yeah, right. They're trying to get at the goodie box. Men have said to me, you haven't seen me in a while. I've lost 111 pounds, and so even when I was a big girl, I'm in the grocery store. Men would come up to me and say stupid stuff like, "I just know you married because you picking out all the good food. I know a big old pretty girl like you. I do it, and get away from me, you vermin." I had one guy in New York said to me, "Are you married?" I said, "Yes, I'm married." "Well, are you married today?" Excuse me? What is wrong with you? Men are so goofy, and they're really not that complicated. They're really not that complicated.
No, they're not.
When you stop and think about it, men want peace. If they drink, they want a beer, they want a drink, and they don't want you standing in front of the football game or the basketball game or whatever sporting thing that they like and come in there and talk about, we need to talk. Why you didn't talk before football season started?
Right.
And so what is one of the biggest lessons you learned from your cousin, that helped you in your marriage, and how much fun was it writing this book?
Well, actually, I did all of the writing. Mm-hmm. and I just use his content. But as far as him helping me with the marriage, I think the biggest thing was he was like a mediator, because at times, when you're in the midst of an emotional situation, it's hard to think logically or hard to process, because my husband is just as sensitive and emotional as any woman can be.
Is he really?
And I'm very logical, so I can't function with all that emotion. That doesn't work for me. I'm like, dude, I can't. Okay, let's just stop and let's just think about this. Well, because he's a very passionate man.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't process that way. So that's a challenge for us. So,
and it's usually the other way around. It's usually the other way around. But being an engineer,
mm-hmm.
you come from an analytical, problem-solving point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is broken. Let's fix this.
Ma'am.
Yeah, my husband is like that. This is broke. Let's fix it. If you come to me and tell me something is wrong, I'm going to fix it. Just so you know, I'm like, when I come to you, tell you something wrong, fix it. Handle it.
Mm-hmm. And that's me. That's what, I want to resolve it. If there's a problem, fix it. That's why I went into engineering. That's my personality type.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but Doc Reed became like a mediator for us, because my husband also confided in him. And the good thing was, Doc Reed wouldn't tell me what my husband said and didn't tell my husband what I said.
That's good.
He got both sides of the story, and as an unbiased party, he would give us the right response, information, action, reaction, so that we could diffuse situations that he and I couldn't handle, because we were in the midst of it. We just,
Yeah, and when you screaming and hollering.
Uh-huh.
And that really helps strengthen your relationship? So now...
Mm-hmm. We're doing a lot better, because I would say, Mother Love, honestly, about when I wrote the book on step families, I was at my breaking point, and I was actually going to leave my husband.
Oh, man.
At that point, I was going to leave. I was ready to go. I'm like, I'm done. Everybody in this house is disrespecting me. I'm finished, because I think I'm a different type of woman. And everybody wants to be loved and respected, but I want to be respected.
Okay.
That is my primary. Don't disrespect me, because then I get into this whole nother level. Corporate comes out, and I can get awful.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're turning into one of them bosses.
Right.
So, when you said it's a little bit of you and all of them, so it was a little bit of Roxanne in you too, huh?
No, Roxanne is a real boss that I had.
Oh, really?
Roxanne. Yes. That was really a boss of mine. My very last boss, the company that I used to work at was Delphi. When they closed, that's why Sherry is me. Sherry on the job is me.
Okay.
And her conservativeness, the way she looks and carries herself, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
But, no, I really had a boss like that, and she was awful. And so even the situation where the girlfriend called and acted like she was a slave escaping the taskmaster. Yeah, that was one of my girlfriends. She called me to encourage me, because this lady was trying to drive me up a wall. I would just sing, and she would get mad because I was singing and get the job done. She just didn't like the fact that I was still effective at what I was doing, even though she was trying to shoot me down.
See, it's always some chicks like that. And we're almost out of time, but I wanted to touch. You guys got to get this book, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box. What your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know.